Woohoo! How are you? Thank you for coming and hanging out for a few. I was chatting on first responders media today when Santa announced that he was going to a meeting concerning their permit. And I posted a question as in, would he please ask Santa what the penalties are for violating the permits? I thought it was a good question that people should know before they are caught up in a legal system that uses lawfare against the people. I mean, if they're arrested, what jail are they going to? We already know the arrests. Will they be going to the same as the ones who have already been arrested? Under those charges? Simple assault charges? Or will it be a higher penalty in the charges that they could be facing because it's dealing with a permit on a march or on the mall? Good morning, Butch the dog. Oh. Sounds like the dogs are giving their 2 cents too. Girls. Girls. Yes. Hush. Good girls. Alright, let's see what you have to say, Butch the dog. King Santa. Oh, hold on, it's going a little bit too fast for me already. Sugar. Never can march like cheerleaders do. His rules, and you better obey, or else this cult is absurd and needs to be disbanded. Flower Child. Good morning, GLoLady. Thanks for speaking truth. They are so violent and triggered. And Samuel exposes. Good morning, y'all. And I can't say I disagree with any of what you guys had just said. It sounds like the dogs are in agreement, too. Oh, big time. All right, girls. Yeah. One thing that I have noted, and I'm sure I'm not the only one who has noted and has brought up many times, and whether it be the Robert's Rules of Order in conducting meetings, or whether it's just the fact that you are a Christian patriot, supposedly, how can you forget to say a prayer and the pledge at the beginning of a meeting? You know? So, that's my 2 cents. Does anyone know where the almighty Raptor has been? Nope, I have no idea. I kind of really don't watch the streams where they're just sitting on the lawn. It's kind of boring. Frankie Bobby smoking truck. Yeah, you know, I saw that you were one of those banned ones yesterday. I'm sorry about that. It took me until getting on my computer because I was looking on my phone, and you know, there's nothing for moderators on my phone other than to, okay, pick this one, pick this one, pick this one, when everybody was in my chat asking about pedophiles. And that was the first that, you know, I ever had any moderators in, and I didn't realize, hey, Crazy Ivan, haven't seen you for a while. Good to see you too. So yesterday, oh no, I won't, and I didn't. So I don't know how many of you thought, and there again, you know, there was probably some, after they were calling me trolls, or not trolls, traitor, on Joe's, you know, they stopped responding, so I figured that they probably, you know, deleted me or hid me or whatever. So, good morning, y'all. It's really good to see ya. Even if they say that you're, BTM, behind the mirror, or whatever, that I'm communicating with you. Well, I don't know really who all's BTM, and if they're saying you are, well, hey, we gotta have that smoke and mirror show exposed for what it is. Yeah, and that's, you know, I keep saying if you don't have anything nice, don't say anything at all, but it's hard not to state an opinion or a fact of. And yeah, it's really disappointing because it's obvious, you know, it's an obvious fact that what they supposedly stand for in fighting for our freedom, you know, with the media and the censorship, and it's like, whoa, wait a minute, you know, we're looking in that mirror there. And what you're accusing the government of doing is expressed in your actions. Yeah, I was listening to the meeting this morning, Flower Child. So I don't, you know, I don't know who's there or who's, yeah, who or what. And they were talking about, you know, making a streamer go, and, you know, which one, who was, and I don't know. You know, is Frankie Bobby still there too? I don't know. So, good morning, Toby. From India. Way cool. My animals are doing well. They are enjoying the freedom of running. You are looking at the backyard, the back lawn. I took y'all out on the front porch monkey yesterday, but I'm sure the AC is soon going to be put on, and that would definitely be a whole lot more distraction than coming out, because the sun isn't quite so hot yet. But yeah, my 3 dogs and my cat are doing quite well. Yeah, I didn't know. I haven't seen them. Or I just, you know, when I go in, I look for live feeds, and it just dawned on me that I haven't seen his live feed, and I didn't search for it either, so I wasn't sure if he did or not. But anyhow, I wanted to do another video to see about getting a little bit of support for what I'm trying to do and continuing to do with getting a First Amendment platform for we the people. All I have to do is look on my GLoLady YouTube channel under the playlist Seeking Justice for All, and that will show past work that I have done to seek justice for all I don't just talk about what I'm going to do. I just don't talk about I'm going to do it with civil disobedience. I'm going to do it in a language that they speak, and that is through lawfare. So lawfare, it costs money for a decent attorney unless I can find one pro bono. So, put it out there. Help me find an attorney in order to file a class action for we the people to get our First Amendment platform embedded into not just the Bill of Rights, but a dedicated space. Let me see, Phone Chomsky. How happy are you that you are not down there in DC suffering with them? Looks pretty miserable down there. I'm gonna say I thank God that the weather is warm, too warm for my animals in DC, that confirmed and pushed me out of there. So, out of bed is always good, and I don't know, I would have hate to have an argument with Santa on his, yeah, what can I say? He didn't want to listen when we had that one discussion way back on his stream. I don't remember exactly when it was, but we had a discussion and his camera was rolling, so, yeah. Seen the video Carl Santon made last night about Jersey JD. I think you'd get a good laugh out of it. Was he Satan? No, I didn't. But I will have to go and check it out. At least I don't think that I saw it. I know I've seen a couple of them, but I don't think that I have seen the one that you are referring to. And yeah, my animals, I mean, my dogs would be cool about new adventures. It would just be Thomas, my cat, that really wouldn't be happy. And then I would only be down there if I were still in the movement. I would be down there on the weekend, so I wasn't disrespecting by not paying the fees for parking. It's like, oh, you want us to do this, you want us to do that, and you want us to sacrifice. And while I don't mind sacrificing, Joe said Raptor had to go home for something. Not surprising. Not surprising. So, let's see, where was I about that sacrificing? And I sacrificed a lot on that convoy, and I sacrificed a lot for 1776. And I have a plan that could get us what we want without having to break the law and then expect people to donate for our legal representation, or even to get us out of jail. I mean, I and everybody knew that I was not planning to do anything against the law to get me arrested. Are you surprised how many have been arrested? No. For the reason that they are, maybe. But, no. And I'm happy to know that their Second Amendment is not there either. You know? Well, there again, when I left, I know that it was secure. And it wasn't taken. Just to clarify, they haven't been arrested for protesting, they've been arrested for assaulting. Yeah. Worked at the same prison Marcus was at in Indiana. Oh. Interesting. Seriously? Sterling Ray? David Riddell worked at the same prison Marcus Kopic was at in Indiana. So is that why you're saying, or is that why he's saying that he knows him, he knows his character? Oh, interesting. Hot heads, and that's why they get arrested, connecting dots. And that's a big part of it, and there's a lot of dots out there. There's a lot of pieces to this puzzle, because this was a definite sabotage, and it's looking to see, and it's putting people into position. And please don't call hillbillies dumb, even if they act that way. There's a lot of smart hillbillies out there, so, you know, it's like blondes. And saying about dumb blondes. Well, you know, it's a good excuse for, you know, just a blonde. Speak slowly, I'm a blonde. It's a good excuse for people to overlook your intelligence. Oh, I think that Big Daquan is going to be the next one. It's going to be the next one arrested. He got really mad at Jersey EJ last night talking about what happened at Hagerstown. Banjo Jones, there we go. 1770 Sabotage of Freedom is Riddell a government plant? Well, I was just talking about the hillbillies, and yesterday I was talking about I didn't want to be a live streamer because of the, you know, fame and glory. Because in the fame and glory you can get swept up, and you can get a really big head when you have all of these people who are swearing their love and adoring. David Riddell never mentions the Emergency Powers Act or ending the illegal mandates. Very correct in that. And that is the biggie that they had set out in order to do. I think Big Daquan and Hippie Mama will be better staying at Bunker Hill because they both have tempers. Well, I think that's why they've been. Oreo has a big head. Is that who you're thinking of? I'm not pointing at one in general. I'm talking about the whole, you know, doing it for fame and glory in any capacity. I mean, you look at, and I'm not saying that I was not a part of at one point in my life, you know, in one of my many careers. And it's like you have what you think is, you know, you have all this control. And then when it crumbles and you have no one around you because they're afraid that your crumble might mean that they might topple too. You know, when you build a tower, how do you build a tower? You know, and when it comes falling down, you know, hey, it scatters. It doesn't always come back up. Was he Satan? I need to go add some fuel to the fire. Getting cold in here. Hey, was he Satan? It was good to talk to you. Good to have honest communication. Why did I leave, Joan? There were several reasons that I left. A lot of it being pushed out. And my God does for me what I can't do for myself. Namely, the thumping of a Bible that triggers my PTSD, the weather conditions, the living conditions, more so for my animals than for myself, because I was in it for the principle and not for the personality, because the personalities turned my stomach the whole time, you know, and I can't allow people that I don't agree with to sidetrack me from the principle of standing up for our freedom. You know, I've been doing this for a long time, you know, since '97. It might not have always been continuing, but I've always given my 2 cents in order to fight for our freedom and our rights. And now for the past, I think it's close to 15 years. Since 2007, I had my TV show and I had tried exposing many different things. You know, not just, and I can't say I was really into a lot of politics back then. A little bit here and there. Did make a video, We Are All Egyptians. I don't know if y'all remember the Egyptian uprising back in, I think it was 2011. And that was right before the government took away our funds to silence us. So, I do have grounds to say, hey, come support me in my efforts to create a First Amendment platform for we the people. I have a problem with self-promotion, you know. I don't like to put it out there, the need out there. It's like I'm telling you, hey, I have the ability to steer this ship in the right direction, but I need some wind beneath the sails. So that is, you know, go buy me a coffee. And buymeacoffee.com, GLoLady, GLoLady. And you will see what I'm trying to do for our First Amendment platform. It'll give you links to, I think I have links on there to my, I'll have to go and I'll have to put that in to make sure that you have links. But if you go to GLolady.com, that's another one, you'll have links to my YouTube portfolios and also to when I was making a press release on the steps of the federal courthouse for the civil rights lawsuit that I filed. And I'm trying to think of what other ones. But yeah, I've stood up for we the people a while. It ain't my first rodeo. And that's why I'm trying to gather support, gather funds to get back to North Carolina to continue what I was going to do prior to the convoy. And what is that? Convoy, take me away? But I was hoping to find an attorney, and I still haven't, and I didn't find any support or backing in the convoy or the 1776 movement. Not even, you know, hey Lisa, let's sit down and talk about the idea that you have for getting a First Amendment platform for we the people, you know. They kind of pushed me aside and shut me up the whole, even before it started. So it is what it is. I sacrificed a whole lot on that convoy and for 1776. And if they want to call me a traitor because I speak the truth, well, truth it shall be. Because I'm not going to lie or sugarcoat for the benefit of actions that I don't agree with. You know, I mean, that's pretty much point blank and what has pretty much kept me from going back. I can't see breaking the law and expecting other people to pay for your civil disobedience, whether it be for entertainment value or whatever. Are you around right now in DC? Because I'm at 7th and Madison. No, my dear termite man, I am 100 miles away. So for me to come down, you know, to join a movement that I don't agree with, come down here and try to see anybody that was protesting. See yellow tape at the park. Police gave them a little teeny area. But I do see Freedom USA. He's down here. I just met him. Nice guy. Is that the one with the blue truck and the red topper? He is. What was your jobs at the TPC in 76? How did you help? I did a lot of media. Media is what I'm good at. I was still recovering and am still recovering from Lyme's disease. And being that it was very cold, and it was raining, and I have, at that time, 4 dogs and a cat. They had to come first. So if you go and you check out the media that I put out there to push out, to support the TPC, that's what I did. That's what I do. I got a few people watching live streams in order to put it out there to gather support for a principle that I agreed with. So, yeah, I made quite a few. Quite a few. I would have streamed more, but I did not have the equipment for. And live streaming in the sun, the way a lot of those who had and begged for money for professional equipment so that they could keep doing it. I didn't feel like begging and do not feel like begging. I feel that if people see a need, that they would be willing to support. I'm not a part of that group at all. He's somebody completely separate. Ah, okay, termite man. I'm not quite, but that's okay. That's okay. It takes everybody, you know. I mean, it really takes everybody. I was there, and you know, I was there before Squirrel came into town. And I was there. Luckily, I did not camp where someone had suggested even before Squirrel and Big D were in that area. Where I had camped at TPC, I wasn't allowed, so I had to find a new place, and I just did not feel comfortable in that spot, so I was over the hill, didn't know what was going on, and had seen some of the video, did not really know D or even Squirrel rural personally. You know, other than Squirrel lived over the mountain, and I knew the area from when I was over in Hot Springs. So we exchanged phone numbers, and she texted me, hey, do you have any questions for Santa? And since my questions for Santa have still yet gone unanswered, of course I gave her my questions that I wanted her to ask Santa. So I knew that they were coming to ask questions of Santa, because my questions were included with their questions. Now, my questions were never even asked because they didn't have an opportunity to ask those questions. I was watching Freedom Squirrel's live video when she went there, and all, you know, peace and kindness, and I just want to ask some questions. You know, let's sit down and have a civil conversation, and people want to know. People want to know why you have been hiding from these questions. Let's get it all out. You know, that was what the problem is, that he did not want to answer any questions that we the people have, or had, or whatever. It's a dictatorship, the way our government is running, the way the mass media is running, and social media, you know, putting people in jail. YouTube, because they mention a point of view that is against the narrative, and that's wrong. You know, it's wrong. Now, I do believe in that First Amendment platform, and that's what I'm going for, but in that First Amendment platform, you're not going to be violating someone's free speech, free opinion, free facts. Let's put all the facts on the table, all the truth on the table. Wow. The dogs really agree with that one. Let's put it all out. Let's put it all out. All right, girls. Girls. All right, hang on, y'all. This time I do have to put the girls in, because the neighbors are coming out with theirs. Come on, girls. Let's go in. Good girl. Okay, sorry y'all. I am back. Yeah, the girls like to say hi to the neighbors. Dogs. And they're outside, and they weren't outside earlier, so it's like, I know that they were going to keep on going. Work for events and other live streaming done, but they paid their own way and bought their own food. This was most, but not all of them. Well, I missed something. Debbie. Oh. Okay. Many work for the events. Live streamers. Other live streaming done, but they paid their own way and bought their own food. This was most, but not all of them. A squatch. Come on. Yesterday when I was, I had gone back over, somebody had sent a link out to my comments and my video. Let me think, what's his name? Oh, Escobar show, something like that. I can't remember the exact name. Anyhow, he had sent me a link, and I've been, looking at and listening to, and I'm listening to other people on their streams, and I have my words up on here. But in considering all people and whether I was going to read the comments and then comment, I thought of all those people who do not have the gift of eyesight and who can only, hear what is going on. Or if it is, I've noticed that people are downloading my videos onto their own work, and well, I guess that's just how it goes. What can I say? I'm putting it out there to gather support for, we the people and our First Amendment. And if my video gets circulated out there and we can get some support for legal action for we the people to get our First Amendment, because it's a lot of hard work. I mean, it really, the stress of trying to study with limited resources and funds for 3 years. It was hard, but I was vindicated in the end. Not financially. That's what I'm going back for now. I'm going back for now because I can prove the conspiracy has been proven. So, although that paper trail is there waiting for me to go back to connect all those dots, like somebody was speaking of earlier, and put it all together. I've been watching the videos being released showing people who were from the beginning with this protest now speaking out. It's just too bad they wanted to get kicked out to speak up. JMO.